Unlike most normal adults, I don't like to wash cars. It has been 2 years and the diesel swap C10 has never been washed. With all that diesel soot on it, it's like the truck version of Santa Claus. On this episode of Auto Greaser, we take the 12-valve Cummins C10 through an automatic car wash to see how well the 57-year-old window seals have withstood the test of time, and to see how the hater pipe / flapper combo deals with the rotating car wash brushes.
On this episode of Auto Greaser, I normally pick a very picturesque place to film things. And why not film behind a Target? So I am gonna take this nasty, dirty turd over to the car wash because this thing has 57 years of cracked and broken and giant gapped seals in the windows. So after 57 years, the seals on this vehicle are not very good. I just had the windshield replaced, and the guy who was installing the windshield was saying, I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna leak like a sieve when it rains because it's rusty. So I'm curious, if I go through a power wash, number one, how well are all the seals gonna hold up? Number two, are hater pipes meant for the car wash? I'm sure it'll be just fine. Number three, I don't think the car wash is gonna get all my diesel fingerprints off the side of the car. When I'm working on this thing and I get all that nasty diesel grime and I'm pulling myself under from underneath the car and I'm touching the dirty diesel on the side on this flat paint, it's probably not gonna do it. Now, I normally keep this car out of rain and out of water at all possible times, and it's been killing me wanting to do this video, but yet I haven't been wanting to do this video because I don't like it when this thing gets wet. Life's too short not to take a dirty, nasty vehicle like this to a car wash. So the first thing that we're gonna do is gotta get rid of this old water heater exhaust pipe. So that leaves us with our normal hater pipe. I'm not sure if I should leave it running when I go in because if you look down through the crack, the air filter's like right here. So I think I'll probably shut it off and I'll put the old cap on top to keep it from minimal water intrusion. So my biggest fear is this thing getting flung off and thrown into my nice new windshield, but I think it'll be all right. Normally I don't tighten it up with a wrench, but today's the truck's lucky day. So as you can see, the gaps between the truck and the window are quite significant, about close to 3/8 of an inch. So I have a feeling it's gonna get wet. The other issue with this window is that it doesn't have a lock. So I have a feeling that when the high pressure water hits it, it's just gonna blow that open. Hopefully, I guess I'll keep my spring on the inside so it doesn't get caught on the whirly jigs. Oh crap, this has to come off. That's gonna get broken off if I don't. Who needs Allen wrenches when you can just rip it off with your bare hands? So all of this nasty, gross, black soot arm stuff is not coming off here. So in the bed, there's just a serpentine belt and some oil and a bunch of leaves. So this truck is from 1963 when automatic car washes were really not a thing. So these hooks that are dangling by a chain, I really hope those don't go flying out and break my nice taillights. These are 1957 taillights in a boat cup holder that the previous owner installed. They're really sweet. So, you know, I can go find a 1957 taillight, I guess, but let's just hope that that's like worst case scenario. So this is the reason why I got rid of the dumpster. Hang on one second. I gotta take this. Hello? I'm in the middle of filming a Modern Greaser right now. Can this, oh. Yeah, you're right, I do that a lot. All right, I'll let them know. Yeah, so the owner of the C10, the previous owner, said that the taillights were out of a 57 Chevy. So I said 57 Chevy seconds ago, and I was looking at 57 Chevy taillights on trucks and cars, and I'm like, well, the only thing close is a 57 Corvette that would have to be modified. But I think they're out of a 53 Chevy. That makes the most sense because they don't have to be modified, and it says 53 on the taillight. So if you didn't actually know about older vehicles, you can look on the taillights and it will say the year, unless it's like my truck, that's a 63 with 53 taillights, which are ultra cool. But just make sure you do your research because I was just about to put a pop-up picture of a 57 Chevy, and I didn't because I thought, are they really 57 Chevy taillights? Let me do some cross-referencing before the internet bites me in the butt. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled program. One other thing are these giant gaps in my doors. That's as close as that thing gets. Another thing are my tires. These are exactly the kind of tires you want to drive on when it's wet. They still have a good 40,000 miles left in them though. Shoot, the passenger side one is like brand new. You can actually still see where the grooves were. I mean, it's completely flat, but you can tell where the grooves were, so that's a real nice tire. And on this side, it's like this corrugated plastic cardboard junk that they painted and stuck in here, so I'm sure that's really weather tight as well. Another thing is that you should ask yourself is, when was the last time you saw an old car in a car wash? So you can see all these grimy, greasy handprints and all this stuff here. is like the nasty soot from the diesel, because it's a dirty diesel. I don't think any of this is gonna come out. I think it's all gonna be just as disgusting when everything's said and done. But you never know, I mean, car washes work miracles, right? So enough screwing around, it's time to go get our car wash from Mr. Car Wash. Now I got this for Christmas for my mother-in-law. Thanks, Susan. And we're gonna go give it a whirl. And oh, I don't have any windshield wipers, so I have a couple paper towels, which won't suffice. Head over to Mr. Car Wash and see what this 57-year-old gal can do. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be just fine. So my coworker got me this chrome banana for Christmas. It's like a keychain of a banana that's chrome up. I don't know if it's like historical or like religious significance, but you know, I've been using it. And some people are like, oh, you really shouldn't have it as a keychain. I'm like, I don't know. It's a pretty cool looking banana, I guess. Next to my Australian Shepherd.
Here we go. I'm really afraid of this right now, to be honest. The truck is running, which is scary. Oh God. It's coming in the window. Wow, it looks so nice. Like it's... my seat's getting covered. What is that? Oh Lord. Well, really is a lot better than I thought. I mean, knock on wood. The little window, there's a spring there. It has a... The guy made me take out all the stuff from the inside. Maybe they turned off some of the things. Like, this guy's an idiot. Oh, God. This is really not that bad. So there's a breach in the floor. I'm really worried about the high pressure wash. That's what's gonna be bad. The windshield is leaking right here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, she's dumping in over there. It's really not that bad. It actually turned out pretty good. I would do this any other day of the week. I mean, my seat's a little wet, but... all the leaves are flying out everywhere. Oh God. He knew that my car leaked on the inside, so he gave me a towel. Thanks, man. They hooked me up with towels on the inside because it was so bad. Oh Lord. Yeah, there's some breaches on the floor, that's for sure. Thanks. Filming a YouTube video, so. Awesome stuff, bro. Thanks, man. Actually looks nice, other than getting completely sideways coming out of there because having bald tires and all the soap on the bald tires, I had zero traction leaving there. And this thing doesn't really get squirrely because it's got that stupid Allison transmission in it that I love and hate at the same time. That guy right there we call Angry Walker. He walks really angrily.
All I have to say is that car wash exceeded my expectations. Overall, it feels like a brand new car. The only thing is I feel kind of sad for the person that has to go in after this because then they're gonna have like all that diesel grease on their cars. So I did feel a little bad about that for about like less than a second, but actually for me, I'd be excited to go in after this thing. I'd be like, yeah, put that diesel grease on my silver Tacoma. So as you can see, it was a fail on getting all the fingerprint marks, but hey, it's dirty, nasty grease fingerprint marks in flat paint. that's not gonna come off at your average car wash. But believe it or not, most of the grime and soot from this thing is gone, and that's what's impressive. I'm actually really impressed that all that soot came off, and I was impressed in how professional they were at the car wash, that they looted the back of my truck and the guy was climbing around back there getting my exhaust pipe from the water heater and getting, you know, pilot clamps that were rolling around and my idler arm that was back there and, you know, all that fun stuff. So it's good because apparently that stuff gets flung around and breaks windows. They were really eyeballing the flapper, but I guess they had faith that, hey, this is Modern Greaser. He probably tightened the heck out of that behind the Target parking lot before he came. And so they let that go. They didn't check on that being tight, and they probably figured they'd burn themselves, I would imagine. I'm really impressed. I might make the car wash a everyday thing. Just kidding, that's not gonna happen. As you can see, the fingerprint marks are still on there. I'm happy though.
Everything on the hood looks about 1,000,000 times better than before. So I know I shot this in a dark alley when I first started, but you know, just use your imagination and pretend that's really disgusting and covered in soot. And then look at it now, it looks really good. Another thing was this giant spring didn't get caught on anything and rip my window out, which I kind of was expecting was gonna happen, which would make for an interesting day. I have to replace it anyways. I mean, look at that. The results speak for themselves. That old turd is clean. I'd eat off of it. You know what, when I get home, I'll get some peanut butter and I'll eat off this thing, just to show you how impressed I am with this cleanliness.
Yeah, the problem is that I washed my truck like over a week ago, so it's a little sooty. It's still not gonna waste peanut butter though, you know. I feel like a lioness cleaning her bear cub. I mean, cleaning her kitten.
So thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Modern Greaser. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this episode. Even if you absolutely hated this episode, make sure you hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. We've got all kinds of fun action coming towards you. And what kind of fun action? Nothing really, like pretty stupid action like me going to the car wash. You're welcome. But how many people take a 57-year-old vehicle that's disgusting and adds a hater pipe and goes to the car wash and see if something bad's gonna happen? Well, luckily nothing bad happened because I don't like fixing things. But anyways, I'm trying to get a Coker wheel set for this thing. That's my next priority. I'm trying to get in touch with Coker to hopefully try to get one of those sponsored. Probably not too likely. I also reached out to Magnuson about getting a supercharger for the Tacoma. They actually do sponsorships and they review them in January. So fingers crossed. Highly doubtful on that because, you know, it's Modern Greaser and all, but hey, that would be really sweet because I can make 10 episodes off of that, and who wouldn't want to see that? I've never seen a Tacoma with a Magnuson supercharger on it. So, and my buddy has a Magnuson supercharged mallet, Colorado ZR2. So, pretty sure the ZR2, well, I shouldn't even say pretty sure, the ZR2 would whoop the Tacoma, but it still would be a fun experience. Make sure you check out the Teespring store. There's always new and fun stuff on there. I just added some decals on there. Just ordered 2 for this truck to get rid of the nasty old boring Modern Greaser one that's on there. And yeah, so anyways, stay tuned for more action. So a little shout out to Game3R_Tech. If you like video games, go on there and subscribe to his channel.